Crafters, it's Cynthia. I am back again today with another video, and this time I'm going to use this My Favorite Things stamp set. It's called Sending a Smile, and it's one of their new release items. And the reason that I really was excited when I saw this was not only because it's adorable, but it's kind of a smaller stamp set, and it was at a lower price point. So that's always a good thing, because when stamp sets are, you know, 16 and 18 and sometimes $20 a set, you kind of have to pick and choose carefully which one you want. But when it's a lower price point, I think this one was maybe $8 or something like that, definitely under 10. I get very happy because then I get to order more. So anyway, what I decided to do is I'm going to use that stamp set for doing my card swap cards this time around. And I do have to make 6 cards total, but I am going to only show you the assembly of one. So let's go ahead and get started. So for this set, or this card, I definitely wanted to utilize all the flowers. So I am going to just stamp them very simply with my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I am working on a piece of Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock here. And it was just a scrap from my bin. Okay, so that is my stamping done. And then another little thing I decided to do, which is, you know, totally optional, is I kind of wanted to slightly embellish these images. So I knew I was going to be using my Copic markers to color them. But then I thought, I don't know if I want to do any kind of, you know, intricate shading or anything like that. So what I decided to do, since these are whimsical images, I decided to do just a little bit of freehand sketching to kind of add a little detail. So I'm going to give the little birdie kind of a chest area here, and then I'm also going to give him a little bit of detail to his tail, and then I'm just going to add some little diagonal stripes. So there you go. He has been modified. And it isn't much, but I just think it adds a little something. And I'm just using my Micron pen here, and it's a 0.1. So it has a very, very fine tip and black archival ink. So that is a permanent ink. And it's really, really nice. So anyway, for this leaf, I'm going to just kind of give it a line down the middle that's a little bit curved. And then I'm going to add some little striping to that. I'm trying to think which direction I want it to go. I guess I'll do it kind of up like this. By doing little things like this, not only are you kind of personalizing it to yourself, but maybe you're even adding a little bit of additional interest. And then I know I'm only doing diagonal stripes in one direction, but if I did them in the opposite direction as well, that's kind of a cross-hatching technique. And cross-hatching is a very old classic form of adding shadows and shading to a drawing. So I'm not doing a good job explaining it, but if you ever see pen and ink drawings, that's how they add shading and shadows and depth to the images, is just by doing different cross hatches So I'm just going to continue on adding just, you know, little things here and there, and then adding some of those stripes. And I'm not going to, I mean, I'm just going to color over these striped areas in a solid ink. But it's just cute. It just kind of adds a little something. All right. And then I think I'll do the center of this as well. So basically, if I were trying to do ink blending with Copics, my light source always comes from my upper right, just because I'm right-handed. And so that means that these lower left areas are where the shadow would fall. So it's those lower left areas, or kind of the underside areas, where I'm adding those lines. So they'll end up being colored a little bit darker, as if they were shadows. And then, just because I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and do the same to my hearts. And I can adjust the size of my stripes, bigger or smaller depending on the image. There. Okay, very cute. So now I have quite an assortment of colors. So let me go ahead and gather up all my pens, and I'll be back to start some coloring. So now I'm going to do a little bit of cutting here for my background pieces, and I'm using my Lawn Fawn stitched square dies. So I have both sizes of dies, and I'm going to use a 4-inch square for my white panel, and I'm using a 3.5-inch square here for my light blue. And then I'm also going to use the Lawn Fawn grassy border. And for that, I'm just using a piece of green cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out all 3 pieces, and I will be right back. All right, so now I have my panels cut out, and each one of them has this very cute little stitched border to it, which I love that little detail. So I made this blue because, of course, this is going to act as my sky. And then with the grassy border, I did want to show you one thing. I had this 1-inch strip cut, and I ran it through with the die, and you just can take apart, you know, one from the other. But if you flip that over, now you have 2 strips of grass, which you can then layer on top of each other for an even thicker line of grass. And then the other thing I did is the piece that'll sit on top, I went ahead and ran it just along one of the edges here of my 3-inch die, or excuse me, 3.5-inch die. And that way I have transferred that cute little stitch detail to the edge. And then when I build my panel, I will have this on top, and now I have the uninterrupted stitching border, just like I wanted. So that is another tiny trick to add just that little finishing detail. And it's those little tiny details that really, really do make a difference. All right, so for my strip sentiment, since it's kind of thin and small, this piece is my white piece where I cut my 4-inch square out of. So I have this strip left over, so I will use it now for the sentiment. And that way I don't have to be cutting new pieces, and I'm really making the most of my paper. So that's why I save scraps. They're an excellent way to, you know, make the most of your supplies. Because nobody out there has an unlimited budget. All right, sending a smile your way. Very cute. So let me go ahead and cut this down, and I'll be right back. And there we go. There is my finished card with just a little bit of dimension, which I think looks really sweet. All right. So there we go. And now it is time for my announcement. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so excited because I was selected to be a design team member for Cat Scrappiness. So this is absolutely amazing. I have been wanting to join a design team, and they actually accepted my application, and I am now officially a design team member. So in my video description, I'm going to go ahead and put a link to the blog post that makes the announcement. And then starting in March, which is coming up quick, I am going to be posting some videos for Cat Scrappiness, and then I will also post those videos here so that you can see what I'm doing. So I just want to thank everybody because by subscribing to my channel and by being regular watchers, you guys have really given me a lot of inspiration and a lot of just, what's the word that I'm looking for? Encouragement. There we go. You guys have certainly encouraged me with all of your compliments and kind words. It just means the world to me, and I am just so thrilled that I'm able to do this and to bring these videos to you. So thank you all so very much. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you want to try something similar to this, please go ahead. I'm sure that in your own collection you've got lots of flower stamps, and you can create little scenes yourself. So go ahead and give this a try, especially if you're in an area that's still cold and snowy or maybe icy, and you are just really looking forward to sunny days and flowers. So this is definitely a mood lifter. So thank you again so very much. I will be back again soon with another video. I am working on preparing another Simon Says Stamp card kit video. I got a little bit behind because of sickness in the family, and so I know I just posted the January card kit, or excuse me, was that the February? Nope, that was January. So now I will be doing the February video, and then of course the March kit is now out, and I've already purchased mine, so that'll be arriving soon. So I'm working hard to catch up on that. So in the meantime, you guys take care, have fun crafting wherever you are, and I will see you all again soon. Bye-bye.